attention.
We're back.
That man in robes over in the corner told me he wanted to speak with you when you returned. He's been speaking with Ethon for the past few hours.
Oh, Ethon. Yes, let's do that now. Hey! Let's talk to this guy. No, wait, this guy.
Thanks.
We have many fine deals.
Everyone's heard about what I did down there. That's cool. Who is this person?
Friend, I have someone who wants to meet you. My associate, Jarek here. He wanted some words with you.
Jarek.
Don't worry, he can be trusted. We work together, him and I.
He can be trusted. Really? Alright. I don't trust any guy who wears a hood and indoors.
Friend?
Friend? He's friend. What about this person? Kiara. Saved.
I wouldn't spend too much time with me, stranger. Best move on, lest my misfortune attach itself to you.
Is that Kate Winslet? What do you mean?
Surely you've heard of the thieves plaguing Baldur's Gate? Well, one of them waylaid the merchant caravan I was guarding while we were less than a league from Baldur's Gate.
What happened? A sad tale.
They came upon us in the night, slaughtered several guards, and made off with most of the caravan's goods, including a box of rare spices from
Yes, the spices.
I was hoping that I could track down the thieves and set the matter right by at least recovering the box of spices. But since coming to the city, I've had no luck tracking down their guild.
I already found him, taking care of it. I seek these thieves just as you. If I come across your box of spices in my travels, I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
You're kind, stranger, but I fear that you'll have as little luck as I've had. Carry my best wishes with you in any event.
Farewell, then. Hey, hold on.
I wouldn't spend too much time with me, stranger.
Okay. Jarek?
Well met, adventurer. Ethon has told me of how you rescued him in the sewers, and I have already heard of your bravery in the Shrine of Suffering. I decided that I would see this hero for myself. I am not disappointed. I hope you shall not disappoint me.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Jarek?
Your actions in the temple showed great courage and sacrifice. A willingness to risk your life to protect others. Admirable quality.
Admirable.
Ethon and I are members of the Harpers, a group whose members have dedicated their lives to the safety of the realms and its people. I invite you to join us.
The Harpers.
We seek men and women of courage to band with us to protect the realms when the realms cannot protect itself. As a Harper, you will have our support. We will do what we can to help you in the realms.
Harpers.
We are in need of your help against a grave threat to Baldur's Gate. What say you?
Grave threat? This is not a decision made lightly, Jarek. I will need some time to think about it.
Very well. When you have made your decision, I will be here.
Friend?
You have returned. Have you considered my offer?
Oh, crap. Prefer to operate alone, Jarek. I do not wish to join with any group, no matter how well intentioned.
A pity. Should you change your mind, I will be here. You have returned. Have you considered my offer? A pity.
The Harpers, huh? What do you get if you join them? I mean, I do need some help, though. I don't think they circled like that in the official release. Circle around in the town. There's no way. There's no way. I think you have to join the Harpers. Because I can't open that right now. You have to. No chance. No shot.
You have returned. Have you considered my offer?
I will. I have. I will join you.
Excellent. There's no time to waste. We need you to perform a task for us.
What is it? Already.
The orb you encountered in the temple was placed there for a reason. It was intended to sow chaos, to distract the City Watch in order to allow another group to operate freely.
What group?
The dead man you found in the room with the orb was a thief. He was a member of a thieves' guild, a new guild that has appeared in Baldur's Gate. This guild follows the symbol of a bloody eye, and they left their mark on the bodies of 2 city watchmen murdered several days ago. This guild has declared war on the existing Baldur's Gate Thieves Guild. In the past few days, many of the old guild's members have vanished. Dead, most likely.
What do you want me to stop the guild?
That may be asking too much. Of greatest concern to us is the rumor of powerful magic backing this guild. Perhaps a mage, or several mages. The power of the orb in the Shrine of Suffering is proof of this. Whatever the source of this new guild's strength, we would like you to infiltrate the guild and find out who or what is behind it.
No, you. You want me to do that? Really? You're joking. You're joking. What's your name? Jarek. You're joking, Jarek. Very well. I'll see what I can uncover for you.
Excellent. Another agent of ours tracked one of the thieves to a secret guild entrance below the city. It's a secret door on the first level of the sewers in the northeast section. We have no idea how to open the door, however. It bears a special enchantment that is proof against most magics.
Just press square. I found the strange key on the dead thief's body. Could it open the door?
Let me see it. Ah, yes, a curious item. It seems to bear a minor enchantment that dispels shadows, but the enchantment in the key is dormant.
Yep.
Perhaps its close proximity to the orb disrupted the enchantment.
Enchantment.
I may be able to awaken it.
Awaken it? Yep.
Ah,
Oh.
there we are.
Oh.
It should function as intended now. Simply bring it close to the secret door in the sewers, and the key will reveal the door and allow you to open it.
Yeah, so I needed your help to do that.
Please be careful. These thieves have already killed some of the City Watch. They will not hesitate to kill you if you're discovered.
I'll be careful, Jarek. Farewell. Goodbye. Hey, wait, hold on.
We must find out who is behind this new thieves' guild. Please hurry. The entrance to the guild is on the first level of the sewers in the northeast section. The key you have should reveal the door and allow you to open it. Now, please, you must hurry.
All right.
How goes your mission against the Thieves Guild?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, interesting. I'm still working on it. I'll let you know when I found the guild leader. I forgot that person's there later.
Welcome back. Something I can get for you?
What's the Thieves Guild?
Word is they're responsible for the murder of 2 city watchmen.
Oh yeah, you told me
The,
this. You told me. Okay. the first level of the sewers in the northeast section. Of course. We're in. We're in. Crap.
What happened in the temple? Why do the priests still live?
This guy's voice.
I do not know, my Lord Xanton. I have heard rumors that the orb was destroyed before it could do more than slay a few priests.
By whom?
He said who, but whom?
No, for certain, my
He said
lord,
whom?
but I think my thieves and I may have met the attacker on the city streets above.
If they were one of your victims, how is it this creature still lives?
The City Watch came upon us as we were about to deal the killing blows, my lord. We were forced to flee to avoid being captured.
Your oversight has cost us much, Khan. Gather the soldiers. Although our secret entrances still remain undetected, it's only a matter of time before the dogs of the City Watch sniff us out, and we must be prepared for them.
I will see to it at once, my lord.
Khan, if the creature who destroyed the orb should make its way here...
It shall not come to that, my lord. I swear it.
Oh. Eyeball gay.
We shall see, Khan. If you fail me in this, I shall attend to the matter personally.
Personally? Oh, yeah. So, Harbiscus, what do you mean? You bit the bullet? Meaning... That could mean so many things. Are you dead? Joined TikTok. Hey, yeah, I saw that actually, yeah. I thought you'd... Okay. Yeah, just have fun. Check it out. If you don't like it, you can always not do anything with it. It's whatever. You know, whatever you want to post, whatever you want to. Really, I look at a lot of videos on there. You can be on there forever, browsing. How do you like it so far? How do you like it? From 1 to 10. The floors look really nice. Humans. These are the thieves. Of the Thieves Guild. There's a way too much content. The open seas.
My power's too weak.
Wow, that has a huge area of effect. Baldur's Gate, pretty good. It's kind of weird not playing co-op. I usually play co-op this game, but times are different now. There is couch co-op, couch play. Couch play. But this is a challenge. It's hard mode single player. I never played a hard mode. I don't think I have. Right when you start playing, like level 1, it's like an NG plus thing, usually hard mode. So we'll see if we can beat it. Okay, I can kill that thing way easier. The Thieves Guild. It's coming to PC eventually. So that's cool. That's cool. Uptown. The uptown. Oh, yeah. It's over here. You can enter the Thieves Guild from there. Audio's messing up. I think it's my mixer. It's breaking. Or I don't know what it is, really. I don't know if it's better just to do one swing or the combo. It's probably better for the combo. You would think, who would develop a combat system where the combo wasn't better? Can't answer you. Yo, my mic's all over the place. I don't know where it's gonna be next. Let me do something. Nope, that doesn't work. Come on. I give up. PP check. It's all bad. It's all bad. All right, whatever.
My power's too weak. So didn't you see?
Who's this guy? They teamed up with the monkeys. Come back. Oh, 3 shots. When did I get 3 shots?
I have no room for that.
No room already? No way. Could be the armor I'm wearing, which is fine. I think back in the day, we used to just walk back to the store. I didn't know we can just teleport. Oh. Recall. And I'm recalling.
That new Thieves Guild friend. Watch your back. And maybe get some armor for it, too.
I'm taking him on. 3-9 sword.
Any of these weapons would be sure to stop a thief dead in his tracks.
Amulet, Ring of Protection +1. That sounds like a pretty good deal.
If you're taking on the new guild, be sure to get them all. Thieves have long memories.
I thought he was gonna say something else. Yo, alright, so Baldur's Gate. Oh, whoops, I was in cutscene mode the whole time. Let's do the battle.
We have many.
I died. Okay, that's fine. Wait, I don't know how how far back this is. Oh, it's pretty far. It's pretty far back. No way. No way. Am I really this far back? Oh god. Oh god. The Thieves Guild. Yeah, hard mode's pretty hard though. Maybe I should have picked normal. Yo, that's it. Monkey. No room. Yeah, they're weak. Those kobolds.
My power's too weak.
I'm not strong enough to carry anymore.
Gotta save more.
Word is you're taking on that new Thieves Guild, friend. Watch your back. And maybe get some armor for it, too.
Hey, Rusty.
There are no enemies here.
There are no enemies here. Alright. Now I saved for sure. That's never have to do that again. That part is done. It's over. Until the next playthrough. Until the next one. What up? That hurts. That actually hurt. Oh, they killed me before. Oh man. Alright, get him in the doorway. They're powerful. I can't. Humans are strong. Oh my god. How? How? Oh, I thought I died. Freaking die, dude. I'm done. Humans. Good thing I saved. Good thing I saved there. I'll drink to that. Make sure we'll get the hammer. The blood. 28. 28. 2d8. What was that? Death counter. How high will it go, I wonder? I'm guessing like 300. 327. Okay, here we go again. What am I gonna do? The same thing. Yo! Yo, what the frick, dude? I think they're hitting him with critical hits, man. Critical hits. It's gotta be critical. It's got to be. Gotta watch out for those critical hits. It's not 30, it's not 30. I passed kindergarten. Barely, but I passed.
My power's too weak.
What? How they hurt so much?
See now. My power's too weak.
Oh, now it's 30. 30. 29. It's 29 again. Yo, okay. This is weird. Yo, without co-op, this game is completely different. Co-op hard mode.
My power's too weak.
I mean, co-op single player. You sniveling worms. They have a lot of HP.
Power's too weak.
Okay, that works. I never used to block really back in the day. This is you have to play differently in this hard mode single player. Wow, there's no way.
My power's too weak.
Got him. Okay, okay. Boom. They seemed a lot easier than the other guys. Oh no. Let me go save. It's a bit of a trek back, but I'm gonna do it. I could go back and teleport by a better bow. An Audi rug? What is that? In game or IRL? Audi rug. I don't know what that is. Nani? In game. Audi rug. Oh, that. Ah, I get it. Yo, it could be the Olympics. Yo, true, the Audi rug. No, that's a good joke. I'm gonna tweet that out. That's a good one, Rusty. I'm gonna tweet that out. This is a good tweet. It says good tweet potential. It's exactly what. All right, I copied the image. I'm gonna quote what you said. Verbatim. Put a laughing emoji.
What are we waiting for?
That's good. I could actually no. Let me hashtag Dark Alliance. What? Okay. I sent it out. It's Audie. Good call. He'll be fine. He'll be alright. Now, wait, I saved, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay. They can't get here. $31, maybe. Oh, a sweet spot.
My power's too weak.
Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, the knives hurt me too. Jeez. Woo! That's it. Oh my god. This is the first Dark Alliance. That's right. Wow. I should have saved there. Well, this is I heard they did like no, it's not on PS2. They did a re-release on new consoles. The new consoles. Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard? It's gonna come out on PC too later this year. Not the PC 2, but the PC as well. So that's pretty awesome. I hope it's not on just Epic Game Store. Okay. But we'll see. Yep. I can't believe this. This is crazy.
My power's too weak.
This is pretty cray-cray. You sons of bitches! I mean, save here. Oh my. They don't come in here. Yo, what the freak? No shot. They're still here. I can't believe this. My mic's breaking. Everything's going wrong. Oh, this guy's in. What happened there? Using the health potions. What was that noise? This XP's not good. Dude, how'd he hit me?
I'll have to come back for this.
How the heck did he hit me? This AI is too good. He like threw it and I don't know. Usually it's linear. This is like next gen AI. Nice. Ah! Oh my freaking tentacles. Damn. You can't say that here. You don't make the rules. No, 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 no.
Strong enough to carry anymore.
Nice try, though. Nice try. You almost had me there. Wait, where the heck is this? Did I save?
So did my power's too weak.
All right, that's it. Yeah. Wow, this is crazy, bro. Yeah, I've like 2 potions left here. 2. Did I not update
Not
it?
strong enough to carry anymore.
Is that what I was gonna do? I was thinking about something. 32. Don't spam. Just use sentences. Reenact slow mode. We need to put it back. We must do it now before it's too late. Alright, we're safe. We're safe. We have a standard here. Okay, the warrior standard. Don't type 32 too many times. Standard, okay? Otherwise, the world's gonna blow up. It's too much. It's not good. It's gonna mess up the universe. I've seen it before. There were survivors. Oh, God! What the heck was that? Yo, my XP isn't moving at all. Like, I'm never gonna level up at this rate. This is ridiculous. Ow! There's no way I can win. I'm dead.
So did.
There's more.
So did. So did. My power's too weak.
Who is this guy? Borat? You sniveling worm of a demon. Time crystals. Borat wins. Borat wins the whole game. This is really difficult. Wow. I'm okay. No problem. No problem though. I should maybe get some more arrows and stuff. Get the better bow, get the stronger bow. What was that? Got it. Whatever that was, I got it. Is that the way?
This'll teach you.
1v1 me.
Thrashinja. See now.
Oh! have to block. You really do. GG.
No room. I'll have to come back for this.
I might run out of recall potions though. Soon.
Word is you're taking
I have
on
2
that
left.
new Thieves Guild, friend. Watch your back. And maybe get some armor for it, too. Any of these weapons would be sure to stop a thief dead in his tracks.
Oh, maybe I should have kept that sword actually. This probably works better with humans or something like that.
If you're taking on the new guild, be sure to get them all. Thieves have long memories.
Masterwork bow.
We have many fine deals. What are you looking for?
There it is. There it is.
Word is you're taking on that new Thieves Guild, friend.
Ring of
Watch your
protection.
back. And maybe get some armor for it, too.
What's better,
Any
dexterity?
of these weapons would be sure to
Well,
stop
plus
a
2 is
thief
better than
dead in
plus
his
1.
tracks. If you're taking on the new guild, be sure to get them all. Thieves have long memories.
Okay. They have long memories. But even longer dreams. Boom. Okay, we're back in business. There's hope. There's still hope, though. Okay. Thieves Guild. The floor is very pretty in this game. Oh my god, they're all here. The gang's all here. Dude, what the frick are they doing there?
See now. My power's too weak.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Wow, that's a game changer, actually. Literally. No. You pay. Bastards. You bastards.
My power's too weak.
Dude, his brain fell out.
So did my power's too
Damn.
weak.
The bow is stronger than my actual weapon. What the heck? Am I seeing that correctly? The knife. How's he throwing that like that? What the heck? $30 damage with an arrow. Save. Save it. It's a nice bow. Truly. So have you ever played this, Rusty? I recommend playing this with VW Bug. Oh no! The PC port of this is going to be lit. You said it, Dr. Soaps. I have. Oh, with VW? Or alone? Back in the day. Before VW days. The mod scene. Sean is going to explode. What if there's a map tools? Should be interesting. I don't know what you're talking about though. The mod Sheen. The modder. Oh! I should have got hit by that. What's over here? Oh, another layer. Level 2. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be great. Oh, right. Okay, it's one hit. Odd scene. Okay. Okay. English is second language. Gotcha. Interesting. The mod Sheen. Spice box. There's the spice. Is Sapphire. She had a great axe. Getting a lot of stuff here. The goodie room. Welcome to the goodie room. Rope base. Oh, I just bought a bow, man. We needed to use it though. Oh, it's not that good though. The good thing about playing single player is that you get all the items. There's no sharing.
This looks important.
Rare spice. The Audi room. Yeah. I was gonna play this on PS2, but then it randomly re-released. Random. Pretty awesome. I can move the flames. That was a long loading. The longest one yet. Oh, yes. Oh, we're pretty far in. Simple. Always be saving. Every time. It was just a matter of when. And here we are. This is the moment. For the one. The first one, which might be the best one. You know, overall, it's classic audio. It's a classic, pretty solid game. All right, I forgot how to do this. Okay, let me think about this. Right, you have to be fast. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. That was close. Woo. My reflexes aren't what they used to be. No, it's the same, really. If not worse. I mean, yeah. That's what that means. Is that? I think it's a one-hit kill. Or I think not, actually. Or you can kill them with it. Ah! I'm done. I played myself. Congratulations, you played yourself. Yo, they hit you a lot. Yo, come on. It's hard to dodge that. Can you block it? No. Dude, how much HP do you have? I hit him for 50. They're getting hit from it, even when I'm dead. What just happened? Alright, screw it. I'm not doing that. Alright. I tried that. I don't know what's going on with that thing. Yeah, they can't hit me from there. I'm gonna just one here. Come on, do it. Oh. $37. It's hard to range them when they're ranging back. You coming? All right. I feel like I'm missing something. What's up, Barb? Hey. My MT. MT. My MT. What are you, Shakespeare? To MT or not to MT? Oh, God. Okay. Oh! Mr. Popo! Oh, God! Ah! Classic. Truly. Wait, how far back am I? Did I not kill these guys? They're dead. They're dead. Puzzles and more. Here we go, everybody. What if I go this way? I think there's always a way out. That might be the way to go, but I found it out later. Spiders. They should be easy to kill, right? Nope. These are upgraded spiders. They're upgraded. How many? What the? They're still. I didn't kill anyone.
My power's too weak. My power's too weak.
Is my XP even going up? I don't even know. This is not good. Oh. Oh. That works. I hope you all had a great day today. Monday. It's Monday, right? Start off your Mondays. This guy might kill me in one hit.
My power's too weak.
It's the spider from Neo. Nice. That's weird how they die like that. Pretty creepy, sis. Take that. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Got it. More spiders. Spider pen. Playing hard mode? Yes, this is hard mode. This is hard. It says in the title. Also the console I'm playing on. Also other stuff. Hard mode. Not only hard mode, but hard mode right off the bat. Thanks so much, buddy.
Welcome to the warrior race.
Welcome to the warrior race. Thanks for the follow. Buddy old pal, old chum. Hard mode right off the bat. Like, this is not NG plus or anything. Fresh character, hard mode. Can it be done? It must be able to be done. Why would they allow this if it can't be done? The one hit. The buddy follow. Nice. Nice. Oh, the jellies. Your saga ended already. At least they're easier. Is that hurting both of them? I don't know. Probably easier just to hit him like that. Oh man, I might die here actually. Woo! Run! This works too. The bow is probably better. Yeah, that's the bot. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that guy. Just a robot. He's not a real human being like us. Rats. Might as well aim this way. It's like aiming at a broadside of a barn. You'll hit it. You'll hit it. You'll hit something. Oh no! Need ammo. Ever seen a New York City rat? I think so. Either video form or real life. I'm not sure. Health's getting low. Oh, it's the spiral. Yo, that save point's really far away though. I should probably recall instead. How many recalls do I have? 5. Not bad actually. Remember in Arkham Asylum where Batman eats a rat raw? No. I don't remember that.
I don't have any more ammo.
Arkham Asylum, huh? Maybe. Was he like insane? Am I gonna die here? He was like going insane.
I don't have any more arrows.
Was that actually Batman? I can see the hollow effect on the sword. It's like paper thin. It's an effect. I see it now. I think the shaft of this mace is also paper thin. 1 pixel. They're coming. Look at them.
See now.
The rat area, we'll get some good XP there. Oh no.
I don't have any
Oh
more
crap.
arrows.
Oh crap. That works. Not for long though.
My power's too weak.
I do have potions though. He was insane. Oh, we're out of potions now.
I don't have any more ammo.
Alright, you just have to kill them fast enough before they blow up. God. Spiders again. He went insane. I want to go back to Arkham Asylum just to do the challenges and stuff. 100% it, really. Go back to 100%. Two spiders this time. Whoa. Whoa. the same spider from the beginning of the game? Because they have a lot of HP. There's no way. Uh-oh. Yo, okay. Take out the mama. Take out the mama. Oh! I'm green now. Take this. Oh! Oh! What the freak? Run! He's too good. She. It. I don't want to die. Oh my god. Are you freaking kidding me? Dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know why? Because we're all the way back. Oh no. I should have recalled, man. I messed up. I messed up big time on this one. Live and learn. There's no in tomorrow. All right then. That axe though, 5 to 13 damage. I have ammo again. For now. Jeez. Rats? Where'd he come from? One hit kill. He must have ran all the way here.
I don't have any more arrows.
Okay. Mike's broken. Mike's breaking. I'm recalling. I do recall, well. Alright, we're back. Everything's fine. I could save here too.
Word is you're taking on that new Thieves Guild, friend. Watch your back. And maybe get some armor for it, too.
Maybe you're supposed to come back. Intellect. That's probably, what does that give you? More XP? It's gotta be. Maybe they want you to buy HP
Any
potions.
of these weapons would be sure to stop a thief dead in his tracks.
That's all that's left, really, unless I rebuy the sword, but I don't want to do that. $10-31 Frost Bastard Sword. Why can't I equip that? That's weird.
If you're taking on the new guild, be sure to get them all. Thieves have long memories.
Am I just gonna buy a healing potion?
We have many fine...
What does that do? I can't tell. Wait, I'll take a picture. Of this. Brilliant, brilliant. Oh, more energy. More energy, huh? Base attack 6. What does this change? It makes the armor weaker? Nice. Must be base down. I don't know. Going back. Where's the re-release? Yes, it is. It's the re-release. It is. Re-release. Should I put that in the title? Like re-release. Re-release. The re-release. Facts no. Facts no. Okay. Whoops. We're back. It is. Welcome. Do you have it too? Or are you thinking about getting it? What's going on? Waiting for the PC version? What's going on there? New status. Okay. I don't remember ever hearing the armor sound effects when the enemies hit you. It might be because I always heard the audio through the TV. Partly. Not noticeable enough. PS4? Well, it is coming out on PC later this year, they said in a tweet. I don't know if you have anyone to play with, but there is couch co-op where someone can join you online. I don't even think they have to have the game. They don't have to own the game. They play co-op. All right, here we go. Jesus! 39. Jeez Louises. Wow. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know about that either. So, if you have anyone to play with on PS4, then go for it, I'd say. Or you could wait for the PC. You could also play online on PC. It's gonna, they said, I think it's gonna come out on Steam. They confirmed it, I think. I don't remember what they said. But they did say there would be co-op on PC, meaning probably Steam local play. There's a feature like couch co-op on Steam. Not a lot of people know about. Okay, I can heal while doing this battle. The battle. It can help us in this game. Gathering strength. Alright, we're actually gathering strength too. We're full health now. It's always that spider part. Get his butt. Circle him and attack the back. That's all you gotta do. Tedious though. A little tedious. What have I signed up for? Oh, it doesn't lock on. It can only lock on while you're shooting. Pull the enemies. La Thrinja, my power's too weak. After sounding so badass, they're gonna say that. Come on. One swing. Oh, here we go. Ah! The mama. The mama. Dude, this thing is crazy. Oh, I can actually dodge that way. This will take a long time though, but it is safer. Oh. Oh my god! Oh my, this fighter's so powerful! I thought I had it too. Once you're poisoned, you're dead. I think I need to range it. I don't know. It's not working. I mean, sure, you can kill him with the melee, but it's just not working. The chances are so low. Unless I keep spamming heals, but even then. Oh man. Oh man. Oh boy. This is a challenge. I'm getting angry now. Did I recall already? Die! That's it. I'm done. $11 damage to open it. Oh. I don't know if that counts for XP to me. If it dies by itself. That's an XP waste. If not... Alright. Alright, let's go. How many pots do I have left here? 9. I have a lot of money still though. Yeah, that could be not the case soon. No! It doesn't work. You can't spam them. Wow. Stun lock?
This'll
30.
teach you.
Yes. Yes. Might be another one. I think there's another one. Pretty sure. If my memory serves me correctly, there is another one. We'll see. I have a feeling. It's working. All right. Don't let your guard down, though. Oh, there's a small rats section. One shot. One taps. the small ones too. Gotta make sure nothing leaves this area alive. Except me. Did it just hit a rat? It did. The big rat, though. Even if you're near a wall, it'll hurt you. I think the explosion hurts. Oh! Ah, it got me. Darn it. Woo! Wait, are we here? I think we fight him now. I see him. Okay. I didn't expect it, but I should have. Okay. Here we go.
I don't have any more arrows.
Karn. That's his name, right?
So, you've come all this way. To think I missed the chance to kill you when we first met.
What the options? Surrender, Karn. Your thieves are dead and you have nowhere left to run. I think you will find me a tougher opponent when you cannot strike as a coward from the shadows. I'm here to kill you, Karn, not banter with you. Prepare to die. I'm here to kill you, Karn, not to banter with you. Prepare to die. Oh, damn. That's pretty badass.
So, you speak the truth. I'd not expected you to make it through the gauntlet. Still, it matters little whether you kill me or not. For either way, you will still die.
What do you mean?
Even if you kill me, my lord waits below. Your death at his hands will be a slow one compared to the mercy I will show you.
Really? He threw a dagger at me, this guy. Can you believe this guy? This freaking guy. This fucking guy.
So, you've come all this way. You speak the truth. I'd not expected you to make it through the gauntlet. Even if...
He missed. I'm just gonna say the badass line. That's what this character's gonna be, badass. So. The first syllable he says was smug. Alright. No, he gets no music. Karn gets no music. Damn. Okay. Okay. What's he gonna do now? What's he gonna do now with his life? He's done. Go tell his boss.
So,
Oh, okay, that's when you kill him. Wait, did he heal? Alright. Yo, what the freak? 42. I think I should stop the death counters. Too much. Too many deaths. 42 deaths.
So,
Damn. That works. It's kind of weird though. Dude, the daggers in this game are crazy. They hit you even if you jump sometime. It's next gen. It's not like other games how that works. It's next gen. It's old gen, next gen.
so, you...
Alright, I think that's the good strat though. Do one hit. Oh, that's not gonna work. He's too powerful, bro. What if I do this? He's blocking? Come on, dude. That's not fair. Oh. Oh.
Soden.
Whoops. Wow. He can one-hit kill you. Do I even exist? Oh, crap. This is doable. Doable. Plausible. Oh no. Get ready. I never fought him like this before. Darn. That's where you messed up. You had to stay with him. Crap. Critical. We're halfway. Damn. Damn it. Why is that going off? I'm not even close to it. That doesn't make sense. Maybe the daggers count as like a player. You sniveling worm. Recall, get some more potions. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do what must be done. Just to be sure.
Word is you're taking on that new Thieves Guild.
Yeah, I could use some help.
Watch your back. And maybe get some armor for it, too. Any of these weapons would be sure to stop a thief dead in his tracks.
Okay. Some arrows, just in case.
So,
I could do that strat, but oh, that works.
Sodin.
Damn it, no it doesn't. No it doesn't. But it kinda did. I kinda did. It kinda did work though.
so.
Shinja. Sodin. Rashinja.
I think you can only attack him when he slashes. Oh. He's getting hurt a lot now. Oh, no, he blocked. Once he blocked, it's over.
Sodin.
Once he reblocks. Right now I can just hit him every time. But when he... Oh! See, now he blocked again. Damn you. Dude, that's such BS. I'm done. Did you ever play this before? Yes. On PS2. PS2. The PlayStation 2. That's right. Welcome. Finopu. Finopu. This guy's pretty cray-cray.
So,
All right. Impossible. Bane. See, now I can't harm him until he slashes again, I think. Oh, never mind. I have no idea now. Karn. Burn. Woo. Woo. I'll get you. Going around in circles. Alright, that works. I should use that more because it recovers. What? Yeah, baby. Oh, man. Was he ever intended to be fought like this? What the frick? Nice. Is this the run? What are you saying? I can't read. I don't want to read it right now. You're saying something about it. Oh! I'm a heal. I'm a heal. What are you looking at? You can actually like do some crazy tricks here. Oh no. Can you do a full circle around him? No, not really. It's pretty fast. A third left. I'm just missing, I guess. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh! He hit me. Scared, a little scared, because I don't want to heal. So close. Woo! That's pretty satisfying. The run, baby. I was here. Boom. You got knocked the freak out. You got knocked
No
the
room
freak
for
out.
that.
I did as well. Got super hyped when I saw this releasing. Beat it this morning on Extreme with a minor challenge I added to it. What did you do? Play naked? I was thinking about that, but I decided not to. He did. Nice job, though.
How goes your mission again?
I want to tell him that I just killed him.
We must find out who is behind this new thieves'
Where is
guild.
the entrance again?
The entrance?
Okay, he doesn't even know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what happened.
Word is you're taking on that new Thieves Guild, friend. Watch your back. And maybe get some armor for it, too.
Spiked Warhammer. That's crazy. How did you beat Extreme solo?
Any of these weapons would be sure to stop a...
Solo, I'm assuming? You'd have to, I didn't even beat the normal. That's pretty quick. You must be playing all day. 5 minutes. He's still alive. Look, his sword's, he's still gripping his sword. He won. I remember there being like an ending dialogue, but I guess not. Maybe because I chose the evil playthrough. Didn't buy any armor. Personally, I only used what I found. Ended up naked. Wow, you must really know this game inside and out. Or you're just gifted. A gifted gamer. Or you're just talented. That's crazy. Naked? I'm trying to just barely... I mean, I feel naked sometimes when I get one-shotted. Or two-shotted. Oh, level up. So, what would you recommend here if... with your expertise? What would you recommend I get up? Because I'm not sure. Probably, if you didn't suggest anything, I would just probably get Burning Hands or Accuracy or Regenerate. Probably more Regenerate and Accuracy. But what are your thoughts on this right now? If you have any thoughts on this. While you're thinking about that, I'm gonna do the battle. Alright, let's take a look. An arrow of acid springs from your hand, speeds to its target, dealing acid damage. 8 to 18 damage. Something I didn't know is that bosses take half damage from spells. What? I don't think there is a way. Wow, it's pretty solid, solidified, huh? Tough call. DK, Dr. Soaps, no skill reset. You mean no skill reset till the PC release? No. I think there was skill reset with the cheat codes or something. What would you recommend, Doctor? You like the acid arrow too? I don't know, but my strat's been working. If I keep with my current strat and make it stronger, it might be better. Applies to DOT. I'm not sure what DOT means. Of travel, distance of travel, no matter what. So that's always a solid 25 damage. Monsterman, thank you. We need. Oh, this uses up actual arrows though, or no? They patched in the cheat codes, really? What? Interesting. Interesting. We should try that now. Let me think about that. I don't have to choose them right now. Yo, that's hype actually. He's dead, dude. Damage over time. Yeah, I'm a noob. Oh, these things. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Yes, 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 yes. I remember this quite well. How many save datas? Let me try those cheat codes. I like cheat codes. I tried them the other day. Let's see. Play as Dritz. Alright, here we go. L1 R L1 R1 triangle, press X. No shot. That didn't work.
Drawn by a
Damn it.
voice.
Hold L1 R1 triangle and press X. Oh, I think it, okay, I think I did it wrong. I think I just pressed them all at the same time. Cheats are for wimps. That's me. No. Well, they're fun, you know. You can do both. You can do both. All right. Hey, look at that. All right. Drizzle, where are you, bro? That don't work.
Drawn by a haunting. You come to.
You come. Is there an update? Wait.
Patrons.
I don't know if it updated. Update history. Player 2 Rumble. Legacy cheat codes. Legacy cheat codes. It's right there, plain as crystal. What does that mean? They don't have the Dritzel cheat? Come on, bro. The Dritz. Come on, bro. I want to play as Dritz, though. I want to play as Dritz, though. Legacy. Move faster cheat. Oh, wait, maybe. I don't know. From the main menu. Or the character select. Which one? L1, R1. Bro, I'm done. I can't.
Drawn
I
by a
guess not
haunting
working.
voice, You come to the Elf Song Tavern. It is a small place, filled with a motley assortment of patrons
Why isn't that working?
and grisly trophies. There, the haunting voice is all around you.
Hold R1, L1,
Patrons are silent.
triangle, and then press
Song
X.
washes over.
Oh! After the
One
cutscene's
by
over?
one, they all
Maybe after the
seem
cutscene's over. It doesn't show him?
its call.
Why wouldn't it show him, though?
Beautiful song. No?
I can't do that here. I can't do that here. I can't do that here. I can't do that here.
Maybe that one's not in.
You are weary from your...
Maybe it didn't update. It should have updated. Right. Check for update. Yeah, latest. Dritz, where are you, man? It's too good to be true. Maybe they forgot to put him in. Yo, you guys try it if you can. Did we? That's a good meme. Did we forget something? I don't think so. And so is Dritz. He's left behind. They left Dritz behind in the cheat codes. Wait. Play as Artemis. It to beat it on extreme? I don't think I've ever done that. Successfully complete the game on any difficulty to unlock extreme. Oh, I should have just done normal first. What the heck am I doing? Oh no! What have I done? That's okay. Did I forget Dritz? Yeah, I've been trying that. I've been trying the PS2 one. Where are you, Dritz? Wait, X. Yeah, that's everything. I'm clicking all the right stuff. Hold L1. Wait, R2. R2? Left triangle? Wait, no way. Oh, level 1. While playing the game, though. I'm gonna do it on my level 1 because I don't want to spoil my game. L1, R2, left triangle, start. Oh! Yo, what the freak? Spoilers. I'm invulnerable, right? That's cool. I never did this before. The cheats. I can't even hurt her. Oh my god. Hello, Beta Ray. I can't even kill her. Run! That's cool. The gauntlet. Escape? All you have to do is escape? Yeah, hold on. Let me try this. This is spoilers. Oh, I forgot about these things. Yo, hard mode's really hard. Maybe it's because I'm playing, that's my level 1. I first started the game, I played hard. I don't know if that's what you did. Other guy. Oh no! Showing all the enemies here. Thanks, Beta Ray Great. Yo, what the frig? I don't remember these guys.
Welcome to the warrior race.
Oh my god. I must destroy all the enemies? Oh god. They said escape the gauntlet though. Not destroy all the enemies.
I can't do that here. I can't do that here.
Yo, let me in, let me in.
I can't do that here. Locked.
Yo, help me out here, lady.
I can't do that here. 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 Locked.
Okay. So the Dritz thing should work. That's weird. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. It ain't working. I tried it. Alright, maybe I have to be on the female character. The books? No. I have not read the books. No. Maybe there's Dark Alliance, like this story specifically. I didn't even know this was like part of World of Warcraft. I mean, D&D, till like last year. Nah. I should just play this on normal. That's cool. That's fine because I am level 1. It's a challenge. I never did this before where like the first character you ever make is on hard mode. But I'm never gonna do it again. That's all I know. That's all I know. Oh. 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 Unless I'm Dritz, maybe. Main menu. Alright, let's go main menu. Hold on. Nope. Call me crazy, but it ain't working. Maybe I'm not pressing the right questions. Okay, I'll do this. Dritz. Yeah, he was in the main trailer for the new Dark Alliance coming out. Dritz. He's basically Geralt. The eyeball from Mario 64. Oh. Classic, truly. My menu then. L1, R1, triangle, X. That's what I'm doing. I swear, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it. It ain't working, though. That's what I've been doing, too. I've been doing that, too. I've been doing that, too. L1, R1. L1, R1, triangle, X, X, X. L1, R1, triangle, X. Maybe I have to hold it? I don't know.
Drawn by...
I mean, that's all you can do. You guys tried it, okay? Is there like, there's got to be a post about this somewhere. Is there a Reddit for Dark Alliance? There has to be one. Alright. Alright, died. He shot me from like the other room. I was already done with that guy. The Elf Song Tavern. Got him. Oh crap! Yeah, how the heck am I gonna kill these guys? I mean, I must be stronger. Oh yeah, we're strong. I'm stronger than I used to be. I don't want. I don't want. Okay. Dritzel. I would have played as Dritz. The throne. We're already here. Oh god. That was fast. Oh man. Oh man. Oh god, oh man. Oh god, oh man.
So, you are the stranger that Khan spoke of. You humanoids all look alike to me, weak and fragile. Khan should have killed you when he had the chance.
Karn will never have another chance. He lies dead on the level above.
It is no matter. There are always others like him, small-minded and foolish, eager to take his place. You humanoids were born to be our slaves.
There is nowhere left for you to run, monster. Your guild is broken. Your thieves lie dead.
And you will answer for those deaths. Do you think that your efforts here have saved this city? You're wrong. Our power extends far beyond these city's streets. You cannot hope to stop us all.
Enough of your words, monster. Prepare to die.
It is you who will die, and your death will be a slow one.
We'll see about that. You're probably right, though. Xantam. Oh my god. No bow and arrow for the win. This is a strong arrow. What's that about? Crap, I thought I had a shield out. I messed up. This is what it's all about right here, baby. Ow. That works so well. Archer too good. What is that? Watch out for that. I can't believe I have a chance. Let me try this. I messed up. I'm choking a little. That does basically nothing. Tongue attack. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah! Oh, look out. New attack. That was close. Okay. That does block it. Woo! Woo! Ah, my butt. My butt's on fire. Xantain. Woo. I never fought him like this before. He's done. He's done. It's like Centipede. Die. Oh, now you show up. Good job. You found the entrance, did you?
You have accomplished far more than I could have hoped. Truly, the Harpers are blessed to have you among our number. You have my thanks, and the thanks of all of Baldur's Gate.
I know.
These maps on the wall. Baldur's Gate, the Sunset Mountains, the Marsh of Kalimba. It is as I feared.
That's where he gets his stuff.
The evil that has risen in Baldur's Gate is only part of a greater evil. These three locations are tied, though I know not how.
We're just getting started, baby.
Oh, this gate worries me. This beholder and his legions were able to use it to enter Baldur's Gate without being detected. It seems this gate is tied to the Sunset Mountains. A further cause for worry. We've heard strange rumors from the Sunset Mountains over the past few weeks, but the agent we sent to investigate the rumors has not returned. I now fear for his life. Please, I must ask you to head through the gate and see what has happened in the Sunset Mountains. Other creatures may have arrived there, and if so, we must know their strength before taking action. You have already accomplished much, and we are grateful. Please, here is some gold and items that may aid you on your mission. Use them wisely. I must go and tell the dukes of the city what has been discovered here. Please rest and prepare yourself before heading through the gate. There's no telling what waits on the other side.
Gonna buy potions and stuff. Magic long sword, magic short bow, 2k coins, 2k XP. Nice. Real nice. It's nice of them to put the map there. How about that? What a battle. Destined to serve. That's a beautiful purple. Whatever. Violet. What have you. Ooh. The eye rug. This rug's not center. Why? This whole room's not centered. That's kind of weird, isn't it? They messed it up. They messed it up. Someone designed it. The rug. They put the rug in the wrong spot. How's that work? It should be like 2 ticks to the right. Was that such a hard job? I guess so. I'm gonna take a picture of this. People must know about this. He's still alive. I hear him. What? Ooh, flaming sword. Fine 8 to 14. That's terrible. Why would you give me that? This is an insult. Is that makes me think, is this not the original? Because like the store, whatever. Wait, 4 to 15, that's better. Is it? Disruption +1. Wait, no, it's not. 9 to 13. 4 to 15. Nah. That ain't better, right, guys? It's not better. It is not. Padded armor, 7. Ooh, that looks nice. I like that. But we have to look like a freaking thing. Some sort of Hogwarts guy. I don't know. It's a meme. I didn't have to upgrade my stuff. The floor details is brilliant. It's brilliant. I need to go rest up. Imagine walking back. I'm leaving now. Alright. I always thought like that guy was gonna come save us or something. Legendary.
Please, leave me be. I want no trouble.
I found the body of a thief in the crypts. I fear your man did not survive the power of the orb he had stolen.
I knew it. In my bones. In my heart, I knew. Thank you, stranger, for setting my mind at ease. At least I know his fate. He gave me this to hold for him until we were together again. But I have no use for it now. Here, you have it. Keep it. And hopefully it will serve you and keep you from his fate.
She has the same voice actor as the character I am right now. Thank you. You have my sympathies for your loss. Farewell. A ring of protection.
Thank you again, stranger. My heart is heavy, but at least I know my lover's fate.
Oh.
For that, I thank you.
You're welcome. Another reward might help. You have my sympathies. As usual.
Thanks again.
Thank you, thank you. She usually says something new.
Welcome back.
She
and
knows.
Congratulations on
She
your
knows.
victory over the Thieves Guild. I think the streets will be much safer now than they ever were.
You think so? Bartenders know a lot. Well, they talk to everybody. Thanks, Alrith. Thank you.
Welcome.
Where's the other guy at? Where'd he go?
Friend, it's my honor to know you.
I'll drink to that.
You've saved my life, and a lot more in Baldur's Gate besides. I raise my drink to you, friend. I'll bet that damn beholder didn't even know what hit him.
Oh, he knew. My name was the Lord. When I laid my vengeance upon thee. Well, it wasn't easy. If I had to fight him all over again, I would. I'd rather do it without those floating eye disintegrator traps. True. Well, that's so specific.
Friend.
What? Okay.
I wouldn't spend too much
Let me level up first. Yeah. I know. That's fine. Oh, it still carries on.
I wouldn't spend too much time with me, stranger. Best move on, lest my misfortune attach itself to you.
I found a box of rare spices in the Thieves Guild that may be what you are looking for. Here you are.
The spices. You found them. You have my thanks, stranger. Please, take this as payment.
Okay.
It's the least I can give
I'll
you for
drink to that.
returning the spices to me.
Thank you. Farewell. Iron Shield.
I can't thank you enough for your help, stranger. I drink to your health and good fortune.
All right. I'll drink to that. Sure. Why not? She said it.
Thanks for your help.
This guy's so stiff.
Thanks for your help, friend.
Probably one of the first characters they designed. Snowblind Studios attack. A cone of frost shoots from your outspread fingers, dealing cold damage instead of hot. 18 damage per second. Fireball Jutsu. 10 to 25. 8 to 18. A ball of flame. It's like those games where you idle. Like these are probably better to get because they're unlocked later on. Idle adventures, getting the most expensive thing. Or actually no, because sometimes just upgrading the first thing is the best thing to do first. All right, so I need health potions. Ring of Protection +1. Intellect. Increases intelligence. Max energy. I don't really use energy though. But what if that's the reason I won? 5 more better shields. This is... Well, when we get to the next area, a lot of stuff is going to be dropped on the floor, and I'm going to be over encumbered. But I don't want to die, so I have to... It's hard mode. I have to keep this armor. I've got to. Mister. Dexterity. Just buy a bunch of potions. +2 armor. Dexterity's armor. Protection. What's protection then? Constitution? I can't tell. Health 84. I can't tell. Dexterity is dexterity. That makes sense to me. I want to learn this song on guitar. Alright, I'm gonna take a picture of it. Hey, her name's Adriana? That's canon. I never knew that. I never knew that. What's the other guy's name? I'm curious now. Adrian. That's funny. Adriana. Dexterity. Wait, what? Armor 56 instead of 54. Does that really make a difference though? Dexterity goes up 1. Intellect. Oh, you can wear 2 rings. I think that's the max, pretty sure.
We have many fine deals. What are you looking for? Our shop carries the finest dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset Mountains. Swords, axes, bows. We have everything you need right here.
It's not really heavy. I have plenty of money. How many health potions do I buy? I'm playing this too. Nice. Nice.
If you need something to split someone's skull, or a helm to protect your own, you'll come to the right place.
Protection. I don't know how many rings you can wear though. I forgot. Let me look that up.
If quality and price are your chief concerns, then look no farther. You'll find my shop has excellent weapons at reasonable prices. My weapons should prove useful if you run across any more of the Walking Dead.
Where are you in the game, Master Pants? Like, what do you think about it? Any thoughts? Anything to share?
Be sure to tell everyone you meet you buy weapons from my store.
That's a new one. I never heard them say that.
Many fine deals. What are you looking for?
Okay.
Our shop carries the finest dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset Mountains. Swords, axes, bows. We have everything you need right here.
I remember back in the day I used to buy too many, but this is hard
If
mode.
you need something to split someone's skull, or a helm to protect your own, you'll come to the right place. If quality and price are your chief concerns, then look no farther. You'll find my shop has excellent weapons at reasonable prices.
The sword might do better damage on certain enemy. I'm not sure about that though. I'm not sure about that right now. I'm not too sure about that right now. He's dead. Take a picture, Ma. Wait a minute. I think I did that with my brother, like we were just annoying each other. Alright, here we go. Teleportation. Oh. 2. I hope it's enough health potions. That's almost the max. Loading. We're here. New world. It feels like a new game. That's why this game's so cool, because it feels like 3 games in one. Like, it could have ended the game right there, honestly. But it keeps going. Let's see if we die in one hit. Oh, God. Ouchie wouchie. That's loud. Oh, no. Oh, he did. Not too bad. Oh, that's not bad at all. Okay. I have a chance. Unless a pack of them attacks me. Jump attack. Woo, woo, woo. That's not bad. I didn't have to buy that much, but it might be okay. This is awesome. I'm strong. I'm strong. We have 2 weight left. Nice. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There it is. There it is. It begins. They make that weird sound. Keen short sword. Yeah, we're gonna have to make like do another run to pick up all the loot. Oh. Maybe not. Oh, darn it. That works too. Come on down. That's the way to do it. Oh. This'll teach you. Alright. I remember this being like a long road. We'll see. Oh, Chewbacca. I'm not sure if he can one-shot us. Oh, he hit him. Is that canon? Nice. Stupid. Flowers in the desert. Pyramids. Oh my god! Escalation. They have a ton of HP. Oh. Die. Okay, the rock does more damage than their fists. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Boom. Down, Chewie. Can't move the cam here.
So did my power.
Now that's funny. Damn. Yo, if I die here, it's gonna be bad. I forgot about that. There's no save point for a long time, I think. It just got real. Oh, there's a dead end over there. Oh. Come on up. Come on up. That works well. I picked up an amulet or something. Oh, you can wear... Oh, no, you can't. You can't wear 3 rings. Nobody can. Amulet is 1. Crap. I think I aggroed 2 of them. The aggro. Ouchie. That didn't do much damage. Oh my. He did. I could die in 1 hit. If they hit a critical, I might die. More hyenas. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. These are different hyenas. Warrior class, maybe not. I don't know. Uh-oh. That's working. Three. Oh no! I didn't buy enough arrows. I was full anyway. I couldn't really carry much. Oh, there's 3 left at least. I should save that for mobs. Like now.
My power's too weak.
Burning him also gives it a chance to stun while you're fighting him, which is good, I think. I like the skeletons. When you circle the skeletons, they just stop eventually, and they let you hit them. Interesting how that works. It's just the skeletons. Hold on. Okay. It's like the Half-Life area. Uh-oh. Oh no. 1. That's good. Darn. He dropped his shield. That was cool.
Power's too weak.
All right. Close one there. If he critted me, I might have died. There's a warrior version, maybe. Arrows. Nice. Oh, it's that guy. This guy's scary. I don't know how he works. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Blockable. That's what I like to see. Not sure about this. That's not blockable. But tankable. Nice. Crap. Crap. Nice, nice, nice. All right, here we go.
My power's too weak. My power's too weak.
Ah, save. Okay. No, don't delete it. Ah. All right. Two hit quit.
This'll teach you.
Circling.
My power's too weak.
Oh no. Come on, bro. I just want to get one gay. The Morning Star. Let me try the other sword. Can't tell if it's better. Can't tell. Seems like he died faster. seems like they died faster. Okay. I don't think we're even close to town. Oh, God. What if I die? I think they have critical jewelry. Critical damage will be really good if we get that. If there's jewelry like that. Critical jewelry. Whoops, I shouldn't have deleted the Elf Song Tavern save. Too late. Well, we're stuck here now for sure. This is it. This is the run. 41 health pots plus 6 small ones. I remember I used to drop some. Why? I like trade. Leather gloves. Wow. Oh my God. Oh no. Ooh, you can dodge that. That's good.
This'll teach you.
Stop doing that.
This'll teach you.
That's actually better for me. I don't know what's better, the Morning Star. I feel like the Flaming Sword is. My gut feeling's telling me the Flaming Sword's better, but it can't be right. Arrows, that does good damage too. Oh. Little close one there.
I'm not strong enough to carry anymore.
Damn.
I have no room for that.
No room equals use more potions.
No room.
Warhammer.
I'll have to come back for this.
There's a Warhammer there. Remember this. Oh my God, that was close. Whoa, that spear went flying. Okay, we got a spear too. Ah, they smelled me. Mama. Come on.
carry
Oh no.
anymore.
Not this guy again. Oh my god. Run, 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 run.
I have no room for that.
Alright, we're going back.
This'll teach you.
You can do 2 hits. Oh my god. You can't double tap or else you'll do 2 attacks. Yo, his butt,
I'm not
no.
strong enough to carry anymore.
Wait, what is that? The bastard sword. Big fart. Nothing like a walk followed by a big fart when you get home. I'll allow that, I guess.
I have no room for that.
Someone had to say it.
My powers.
That's what we're gonna do when we hit the village eventually in this game. We'll get there. Once we get there,
I have no room for that.
pretty full. Pretty full. 3. Yeah, we have the best armor, man. The best one.
I'm out of arrows.
I don't want to just waste all my potions, though. I could just attack him and win, but kind of scared.
Not strong enough to carry anymore.
What if I run out of potions? I have no money. That's the worst case scenario. Oh no. Three jackals, 1 troll guy. Come on, come on. Do it. Do it. Two more. Yeah. Okay, that's not smart. That was not smart. Being impatient is gonna kill us, man.
My powers. I have no room for that.
Oh my god. That's it. We had to get in there. Are you freaking kidding me? Alright, that's the end of the game, everybody. That's it for me.